In the next 10 minutes, I will let you in on a secret. The secret of the 4 nurses. What does it take to survive in this age of overwhelm? You can drown yourself in information in just a few seconds, just by pressing a button. Is there any, maybe just one, particular skill or trait that becomes crucial for survival? Yes, I'm quite convinced there is. And it is not any of those that we press upon our children, our students, our colleagues, and ourselves to learn. Sometimes it's quite the opposite. Work as we know it is broken. The system is squeezing the life out of us instead of supporting us to perform at our best and highest level. Why is this? Did we not build the system ourselves? So what is the special and fundamental trait that will ensure the well-being of our brains and give us the opportunity to live and deliver at our highest level, even with a smile on our faces? The crucial trait that I'm talking about is intuition. We must understand and learn to use our intuition if we are to effectively sort through the vast amounts of data we are bombarded with every single day, every minute, every second. How on earth am I supposed to deliver at the peak of my potential for the benefit of patients, the hospital, and myself if I'm constantly force-fed with data that I have to relate to? In a world where the tide of information is ever rising and threatening to flood us all, it is easy to get overwhelmed. Every day, 5,479 books are published. 30,000 hours of video is being uploaded to YouTube alone. We have access to endless amounts of data through Google and now ChatGPT. We live in a time where we insist on analytical problem solving, but it drowns us in a flood of information, and it leads to death by data. So, should we just close our eyes and feel our way blindly? No, I don't think so. This is not about either or. It's about balance and it's about harmony. Daniel Kahneman identifies 2 thinking systems that can give us important insights into this problem. System 1 is the fast system, the intuitive, the unconscious, and the cheap in energy. And system 2 is the slow, analytical, conscious, and energy-consuming system. We often tend to rely on system 2, especially in the hospital system, where analytical thinking is highly valued. And of course, one should think carefully. The problem is just that an insistence on staying in system 2 leads to decision paralysis, exhaustion, burnout, poor self-esteem, depression, and mental disintegration. And you say, yes, but if we are to develop as human beings and as a race, we must think analytically to create, to invent new things, etc., etc. Of course, you're absolutely right. But in what order? It is no use if you analyze and plan the most beautiful cave decoration. You plan how you can build up with logs in front to shield from the weather, and then the second you walk into the cave, you get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. And that's because you did not act on the strange smell, the half-covered paw print, and the feeling you had in your stomach that something felt odd about this place. And let's bring this over to the work setting. My thesis is that you must first follow and feel with the help of your intuition before you choose how to improve your life and your workplace, so that you know and feel that that what you are getting into is a matter of heart for you and not another problem you solve for someone else. It's like the extra small size t-shirt that you take in the locker room on Friday morning because all the mediums are taken, and you try to squeeze yourself into it. In this piece of doll's clothing, it just doesn't work, and it looks pretty stupid. And it's just not just me saying this. In Tim Ferriss' book, Tools of Titans, he shares tools and techniques from top performing individuals to help us understand what it takes to perform at the highest levels. Almost all of the interviewees practice some form of meditation or mindfulness training. They do this to filter and handle outside influence, and many talk about the importance of honing your intuitive skills. And a little closer to our reality, the company Life by Invitation has actually managed to reduce sick leave among retirement home staff by a full 82% in just 4 months by taking them through a coaching course based on learning to feel themselves and let themselves be guided more by their intuition. If we transfer these numbers to our own ENT department, it would mean that we would go from 7,000 hours of sick leaves per year to about 1,300. That equates to 4 extra full-time positions. And even if we only got halfway, 2 extra full-time positions are a lot in a small department like ours. And that's just the hours. Think about the additional gains. Why is it these hours were saved? They were saved because people became much more engaged. They grabbed their own ideas, they followed them to create value for patients, colleagues, and themselves. They went all in to create a better system. With engaged people loving what they do, we can move from stress and resignations to development, hiring, and positive stories about working in the system. So, how can we start to trust our intuition more and use it to navigate in life? First, it's important to acknowledge that intuition is not the opposite of logic. It's another form of knowledge. In many situations, in fact, our intuition is based on pattern recognition and past experiences, so still data-driven, which our conscious mind may not immediately recognize. Second, it is important to practice mindfulness and self-awareness, because being aware of our feelings, thoughts, and the signals our body sends can help us decode our intuition and understand what it is trying to tell us, so we can respond in time and go the most optimal way. Finally, it is important to take time to reflect on our decisions and feelings by reflecting on the times when our intuition has led us correctly and the times when it led us astray. We can learn to distinguish between true intuition and emotional noise. So in conclusion, it is actually possible to thrive in this age of information overwhelm. It is more important than ever to understand and teach how to use our intuition. It is not a substitute for analytical thinking, but rather a valuable supplement that has been forgotten and that can help us navigate a complex world. My mission is to teach the individual to use their intuition to be able to deliver at the peak of their potential in life and work. This system consists of people, and my approach is that by filling up the individual one at a time, the community will also be lifted, and thereby the whole system changes and improves.